between the home team, Canada, Saskatchewan, and Haiti. Round of applause. You guys are giving their all, folks. Come on. Gentlemen, salute. Have a great game.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Third game of the day here at the 2025 ISBHF World Ball Hockey Masters Championships in beautiful Pembroke, Bermuda. I'm your play-by-play announcer, Chris Pakanowitz. Finally joined in the booth with a color commentator, happy to break up the monotony, referee-in-chief Mike Awabi. We're here to entertain you today. Mike, what are we looking for here in a game between Haiti and Canada, Saskatchewan?
Yeah, it's going to be quite a doozy. We've got Canada, Saskatchewan, Prairie team, great deal of grit, poise, and energy. And we've got the Haitians. What an inspirational story with the Haitians here. You know, they play with a great deal of emotion, and they just don't give up here, Chris. The Haitians really show great energy. Unfortunately, they fell a bit short in their first couple games, but we'll see how this game's going to go.
Yeah, their opening day loss was 3-0 to the United States, and they were in that game, you know, throughout most of the, I'd say all the way through the second period. Obviously, weather a big factor in that game, but we'll see how they hold up against Saskatchewan, who ended up defeating the United States 4-0, as Saskatchewan tries to get some early sustained pressure. Wrath with it, but mishandled. Goes all the way back in, and the netminder, Paul Zarnett, will come back out to play it. As both teams get wholesale line changes here. Saskatchewan looking for a break-in play through the neutral zone. Harrison giving chase. Picked up by Don Tremont. Renowned goal scorer, centering attempt goes all the way through. Back to the point, on net, directed off of a foot into the corner, back to the point, kept in. Pasternak faked the shot. Sending down low, got to be careful here. Harrison, that's what they like to do. He draws the attention, then feeds it over to one of his wingmen. Haiti's gonna have to keep an eye on that. It's, one of Saskatchewan's best set plays. We saw it happen quite a bit in 2023. Expect to see more of it here in 2025 as Don Tremont tries to get it through. So that's Kiefer Smiley, number 93 on the line with Harrison and Don Tremont. As Don Tremont is wheeling and dealing right now. Back to the point. Rattles all the way around. Haiti's got to get this ball out of the zone here and try and get reset. They've got to have some tired legs, and finally we get the whistle. So, Mike, those set plays with Canada, Saskatchewan here at the World Championship level, how important is it for these teams to have those kind of set plays?
So important, Chris. As you could tell in that whole sequence, Saskatchewan was dictating the pace of play right from the first whistle. And this is their strong set. So when they play fast and structured, and few teams can really match their transition game. They're moving the ball around well. They set up in the box, one-timers left, one-timers right. So this is going to be interesting to see how the Haitians respond here. We'll see how. Oh, almost a scoring opportunity there.
Yeah, one thing I've noticed about Masters Division with the set plays, these players have such experience and they've played together for so long, they almost make it look automatic. But in point of fact, it's not. But to the original question, it is super important from my vantage point up here as your humble play-by-play announcer. I see the teams that generally end up in the medal rounds are the teams that are able to execute those set plays. As Haiti right now they're just caught in a bit of turmoil here. I mean, they certainly got the speed, the physicality to compete with Saskatchewan. I think on a talent level, they would say, obviously, Saskatchewan, the more talented team in terms of how long they've been playing hockey. You got a 2-on-1 here, centering attempt for Mitchell. Unable to connect, but, if Haiti can get some balls deep and get a forecheck going, I feel like they can neutralize a little bit of that Saskatchewan hockey IQ advantage, we'll call it. They just got to be crisp with their passes and deliberate here. So there's an example there that a chance to get a deep initial and get somebody on the forecheck. They went for the line change. Understand the logic here, but you just got to be sharper on your passes. They had an opportunity to put Saskatchewan back on their heels. There's a nice shot on net. Easy save for Paul Zarnett. As Saskatchewan regains the zone here. That was off the stick of Andy Malie-Persois. And Mike, I believe you mentioned Paul Zarnett. You're familiar with him?
Yeah, very much so. Paul Zarnett, originally from Toronto, great goalkeeper, works really, really well. So there, Canada, Saskatchewan is in great hands with Zarnett between the pipes here. I'd be remiss if I didn't make a commentary here about our officials on the floor whistling today's game. We've got Eric Robertson, currently serving as the Canadian Ball Hockey Association referee-in-chief. And for the first time ever, Chris, we've got Jason Figueiredo, who's originally from Toronto, holding Portuguese citizenship. And for the first time ever, we've got a Portuguese official at an ISBHF event. So some fantastic stuff here for the Zebras.
Outstanding. I did not know that. Hey, that's what we do here at the ISBHF. Continue to grow the game as Morin unleashes an absolute howitzer that somebody's going home with a Bruce. Me and Mike are laughing. I felt that one from up here. My goodness, that guy's got a cannon and a half. But yeah, no, that's great to hear, Mike. Growing the game, that's what it's all about. And for all you fans at home, hey, if anybody's interested in being official, Mike will hear anybody out. All you got to do is send an email to wabi@isbhf.com. Tell him you're interested, and he can point you in the right direction about how to get started. It's a long journey to make it to a world championship, but we all had to start somewhere. As Haiti now seems to have their feet, well, I can't even talk. Their feet underneath them. I was about to say feeding, Mike. I don't think feeding is a word in the English language. They have their feet underneath them now. But this is what I'm talking about with hockey IQ and set plays, right? So you can't sit in a 2-3 against teams like Saskatchewan. They know how to break out against it. Obviously, I'm not a hockey coach. I would just say play to your strengths as we get a crease violation here, and try and get a better forecheck going. But Mike, interesting you're here. We talk about crease violations. I generally don't see a lot of them, but when I do, I don't see players arguing those calls. They just accept the crease violation as opposed to seemingly every other call in hockey. Why is that?
I think that's the one of the few nuances in the international game, and one of them being the crease violations. Players and coaches are well versed with respect to the crease violation. We want to do our due diligence in protecting our goalkeepers. They're really ambassadors to the game, and so if we can protect them as much as possible, which is why we have the crease rule implemented. And I can tell you, being on the floor and just hearing the feedback from the officials, the goalkeepers really appreciate the crease rule. They really do.
Outstanding. Good to know. As we get a flooring call here. And as I say every tournament, folks, when you hear me say flooring, it's the same as icing. We're just trying to keep things uniform. We don't play on ice. Nobody here is on skates. So rather than say icing, I just like to say flooring. It's one of my favorite things to say. Helps segregate us from ice hockey since we are playing ball hockey. But the rule is effectively the same for all intents and purposes, as 47 for Saskatchewan doesn't have a name. Went hard into the boards there, but appears to be okay. As Haiti now looks like they're going to try and use some of their forechecking speed. But that's an errant pass, and that's Saskatchewan. We saw that in the Italy-Portugal game as well. These outlet passes haven't been connecting on what appear to be set plays. I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world to happen, right, Mike? But you would expect by the time you get to this level to just teams to be a little bit crisper on it. Do you feel like it's jitters here? What do you think causes these errant outlets?
Well, Well, I just think these are still the early stages of the game. I can't quite see the play clock, but to me it just looks like both these teams are feeling each other out. The Haitians they look a little bit timid. However, they're the longer this game stays at a 0-0 chance, 0-0 score, Chris, we might see some a unique outcome in this match.
I agree. All right, so we got a whistle, so the face-off should come to the neutral zone. I believe that's where I saw the referee point. One of the things when you're playing Saskatchewan, for those that are familiar with the Masters, is, Brock Harrison was dominant on his line with D'Entremont in 2023. So good with patience. Shot, save, and then off the side of the net. Netminder saw that the whole way. You just got to keep an eye on Harrison if you're Haiti when he's out there on the floor, as that shot goes wide. Picked up by the Haitians. Here's an opportunity. Shot, score! Haiti takes the lead. Can you believe that, Mike? Wow. 1-0. Oh, Zarnett disappointed with himself. I believe that was off the stick of number 67, Charles Lamy. See who they give the goal to. Mike, it looked like a harmless wrist shot.
Yeah, I tell you, some of the keys to the Haitians' game is they play with passion here. And in that transition here, they fired the shot on net and went between the pipes. And I'm telling you, when these Haitians get loud and the energy's high, their play begins to elevate. So I really believe that their passion is their fuel. I really believe it.
It was 67, Charles Lamai. Assisted by Billy Cherubin, number 64. So what a surprising start this is. I mean, Saskatchewan dominating the majority of the play in terms of sustained zone time. Haiti, by my count, Mike, just their third breakout of the game, throws a wrist shot on net. I know Zarnett would like to have it back. It's just one of those shots that has eyes. Listen, I'm a goaltender. It's rare for me to say, a goalie made a mistake, and I'll never criticize a World Championship netminder. Just judging by Zarnett's reaction, it looks like he feels like he might have had it, Mike. Switching gears here, since we got our first penalty, and you just happen to be a referee-in-chief, why don't you go ahead and explain that call?
Yeah, so it looked like a little bit of a tussle on the boards here, and referee Robertson issued the minor penalty for roughing for the Haitians. So this is going to give Canada Sask an opportunity to bring out their power play unit, one of the strongest in the game here. So we'll see, Thompson on the ensuing face-off here. We'll see how things work out on this power play.
Yeah, this is not good news for the Haitians. I mean, Saskatchewan arguably has the best power play in the entire tournament, especially with D'Entremont and Harrison. They've played together so long. They're not out there right now, taking a breather. But the Haitians need to have active sticks. They got to be able to clog the shooting lanes just like that. So the penalty was on Vladimir Mathieu, 2 minutes for roughing. Shot! High over the crossbar. What a good job by the Haitian defender there. Again, clogging the shooting lane. Say has it for Saskatchewan. Say patient with it. Back over to LaMontagne. Shot, glove save. Seen the whole way. Saskatchewan patient with it, looking for that one-timer setup. Looking, nothing doing. Fakes the shot. Back down low. He's got a little bit of a path here. Shot, blocked. That's what you want to do if you're Haiti. Ball gets clapped up, kept in the zone. Down low. Shot, high over the crossbar, off the fence, and that is going to make it all the way out of the zone. It's going to let Haiti get a couple of fresh legs out here, but out comes the Harrison line, so here's where we need to be careful. Harrison gains the zone. Over to shot. There's that set play we were talking about, Mike. D'Entremont, soon as he got the pass, from number 76. Doesn't have a name on his back here, but immediately Harrison went to the net. It's a tic-tac-toe play, and that's what we're expected to see from Saskatchewan.
Absolutely, and if you saw how quickly Saskatchewan managed to set the attacking zone, they literally just popped the ball over the blue line and out, and then set up in their box formation. Number 76, Chris, that's Sean Hannon. Sean Hannon, yeah, also I believe originally from Toronto, was picked up by Canada Sask. He's quite a player and has quite a lethal shot. So let's see how this ensuing process takes place here.
Yeah, Hannon also a large gentleman with outstanding reach. What I've seen, very smart hockey IQ.
They killed it.
As Haiti has successfully killed the penalty as Dornaval sacrifices the body on that racket. So credit to Haiti. Listen, they're up 1-0 against Saskatchewan. USA couldn't put a goal by them. Obviously, weather was a factor. You know, we all know that, but it affected both teams. And in USA's defense, I'm certainly not trying to be a homer. We know that in 2023, they were the fastest team in the tournament, right? They're all about forechecked up and chase. It was somewhat neutralized yesterday as Miner walks in, shot, save. Oh, that was a big one. Let's remember it later, Mike.
Yeah.
Troy Miner, another veteran of many world championships, one of the fastest players in the tournament. But back to my point about the United States being unable to get one in on Saskatchewan. Here's Haiti in the first period under ideal weather conditions. Get a breakout going and wrist shot right through to Zarnett as he makes that save look easy. Just gloves it down to his defense. Oh, broken stick. Miner has to drop it, so he's got to go off. And now an opportunity for Haiti. Long shot. Oh, good job there by Say. I think he's going to feel that one. Do we have a penalty coming up?
We do.
So I'm taking a look here, and then I'm going to turn it over to Mike so he can go ahead and explain it.
Still trying to wait for a signal here from, looks like referee Eric Robertson has the call.
It's on Miner. So Miner broke his stick. It's on him.
Yeah, so we've got Harrison trying to advocate for his teammate here. Not too sure what the call was. If I had to guess, it could have been a minor for slashing because of the broken stick. So, well, we have an opportunity now for Haitians here to see how their power play unit prevails.
What an interesting turn of events. Well, Mike and I will be listening for the call. We'll let you know what it is as Haiti works the power play here. Back to the point, take the shot. Looks like Haiti's going for a one-timer. Sportsman-like. It might have been with how he released his stick after he broke it. He did kind of throw it a little bit. Mike, we'll talk about that during the next break. But back to the action here as Haiti gains the zone. Bodied off the ball. Good clean hockey work. Here the referee's telling him to move it. Rattled around. Chipped up. Looks like Saskatchewan will be able to get it clear here. They do. And netminder is not forced to play that. Saskatchewan player Peters thought twice about going in on the forecheck on the netminder. So we continue to have issues with the scoreboard, folks. I know you can see the time on the overlay at home. We cannot hear. So as soon as I get time announced, I'll let you know what those are. As we get
That's the end of the first.
end of the first period signal. Well, there you go. So, Mike, before we go to break here, just Miner's penalty for unsportsmanlike. Do you think it had to do with how he threw the stick?
Well, one of two things: either how he threw the stick, or he might have said something to the referee on because of the broken stick. So, not too sure. I'm going to get clarification, and then we'll circle back after the break. Thanks, everyone.
Welcome back. Just about ready for start of second period action. Haiti leading Canada, Saskatchewan 1-0. I don't think anybody saw this coming, but here we are. Referee-in-chief Mike Wabi went to go get clarification on that penalty to Minor. So as soon as he gets back, we'll let you know what happened. Haiti looking to gain the zone. They do. They'll go ahead and get set up here on the power play. Back to the point, down low to Lorth. Back to the point, back to Lorth. Lorth looking to make something happen. Centering attempt shot, whistled wide. Haiti goes all the way back down deep, chase it. They corral it back up. Intercepted. Good read by Lamontagne. Haiti forced to go back into their own zone. All even, so Saskatchewan has killed the penalty to Minor. All right, so Mike, you got clarification on that. Explain to the fans.
So I had the opportunity to speak to referee Eric Robertson, and he indicated that the reason why the penalty was called was because, we got a goal here. We got a tie game here, Chris. Fantastic goal. But just quickly, the clarification was the Sask player shot the ball with a broken stick, which makes that player ineligible. So the minor, an excellent call by the referee. Minor penalty for ineligible player.
All right, there you have it. Yeah, so that goal, I mean, tic-tac-toe, nothing the Haitian netminder could do. But not surprising for Saskatchewan to have a tic-tac-toe type goal. We've seen a bunch of those as the Harrison line is out. Harrison trying to centering. Oh, what a stop off the toe. Big save. Saskatchewan almost putting two in within 15 seconds. Centering attempt in all alone. Just goes wide off the stick of D'Entremont. Back to Harrison, pop back up. Back to the point, over to Monahan. Over to Pasternak. Wrist shot ends up in Admiralty Bay. So that tic-tac-toe goal, Mike, I mean, you're a netminder, there's nothing you can do, but that's what we talked about earlier with how sharp Saskatchewan is.
Yeah, definitely stick to ball, tic-tac-toe. They are very, very difficult to defend. And, you know, if the Haitians are going to execute this potential upset, they need to stay disciplined. They need to keep moving. And they definitely need to stay poised here as that ball almost out of play, but they definitely need to stay poised here.
Yeah, they do. But Haitian netminder Doris Mott has been playing well. He's made a few key saves thus far as Pasternak walks it back out. Shot, D'Entremont just missed, not by much. Haiti's going to take this back behind their net. This is the long change period, so Haiti's got to be careful here and not get caught. Saskatchewan player blows a tire. Now Haiti's able to gain the zone. Nope, they're offside. All right, so both teams will get wholesale line changes here. And we are ready for the drop here on the Saskatchewan side of the neutral zone. One clean by Saskatchewan. Jones takes it up, gains the red, rifles it in. Minor hustling down, using the speed. Minor drops it off in front, got tied up, and then that's gonna be a flooring call. Mike, one thing I think a lot of fans would be interested to hear, what instructions are referees providing during these face-offs? You would think at the Masters level, guys know how to line up for a draw.
Absolutely. Every athlete knows how to line up a draw, but every athlete also knows how to take advantage during a draw. So the reality is the instructions are making sure that sticks and feet are outside of the circle, they're beyond the hash marks, and then no one is encroaching, especially if you take a look here as Robertson is about to drop the ball. He's just waiting to make sure the wingers are onside. Both centermen are squared up. No one encroaching, no one angling off on a face-off here. And he won't drop that ball until everyone's good to go. I can tell you he's an excellent, excellent official when it comes to face-offs. So here we go.
So I guess to sum all that up, as Ric Flair once said in a 1988 promo before a match with Sting, by hook or by crook, I will win. And that's what the referees are trying to avoid as we get a nice pad save, but a rebound goes right onto the stick of the Saskatchewan forward, number 19, Brian Ritsema. And absolutely nothing Midwin Dorismond could do about that one. He made a good save. I mean, that's on your defense. Got to make sure that you have your man. You just can't be leaving people all alone in front like that. And as we talked about in the staff booth, Mike, here's your first John Madden of the day. When people are all alone in front of the net, they do tend to score goals, don't they?
Yes, absolutely. Ball in net equals goal. Want to bring you back to that tic-tac-toe offense that they have, that Saskatchewan has. They are so disciplined. They move the ball so well, and so now you'll see they've pulled out the nail and they're going to start to put it in the coffin slowly. Here we go.
Yeah, I would expect Saskatchewan to turn it up a notch here now that they have the momentum. There we go. There's a nice pad save again by Dorismond. He's really good, I'll tell you, with that left foot. It's like the 5th left pad save I've seen thus far. Haiti dumping it in deep, using their speed. LaMontagne uses his positioning, bodying players off the ball. Shot goes wide, and that's going to be a flooring call. So if Haiti can win this draw and get some sustained zone attack time, might be able to stem the momentum. I think it's one of those situations where Haiti's given up that second goal to Saskatchewan, and they just don't want to let them pour it on in terms of sustained pressure and keep them pinned in their own zone during the long change period. Won by Haiti. Shot. Gets deflected up off the fence. Good read by the Haitian defenseman, pinching in there. Centering attempt. Errant, Haitian defenseman pinches, almost gets caught, but good back check by their forward there. As Rath comes away with it. Rath in all alone, and he's offsides. And, well, not shockingly, Mike, the player is arguing that he wasn't offsides. When it comes to offsides, what do you, if you had to poll your referees, what do you think the most common infraction for an offsides? Is it players just getting both of the feet off? Are they trying to lift and get over early? What generally causes these offsides?
Yeah, at this level, I would say it's an athlete trying to anticipate when the ball is going to enter the attacking zone. Sometimes anticipating a little bit too early, but for the most part, that's typically what happens here.
Very good, and I'm curious because I noticed in the juniors, most of the offsides are much more blatant. It's players really trying to beat the ball in there as that gets batted down off the stick of 76. Haiti now with the ball inside the Saskatchewan zone. Centering attempt redirected towards the near boards. Oh, player fanned on the centering attempt. Comes in towards the corner, but cuts squirts right back out to Charles Pierre. Shot blocked. Mitchell with it now. Is that going to be a flooring call? No. Good hustle. I just want to credit Pasternak, number 4, for that block. Haitian player had a really good look at the net there as Pasternak corrals up the ball. Scoreboard's out again. Pasternak patient with it, softly jumps it in. Jones giving chase. Walks it out. Netminder stuffed the post, and we get a whistle for the net being dislodged. as the Harrison line comes back out. It looks like Haiti's going to make some changes as well. And I just heard the referee say 6:35 left. That's what I was waiting for the time. Okay. So here we go. Harrison wins it clean back over to Don Tremont. And that just trickles in on Doris Mon. Looks like Don Tremont a little frustrated with himself there, but he's going to get another opportunity here. Harrison so good at these draws as we saw in 2023. One back, right to Don Tremont. Shot! Save right off the chest protector in the breadbasket. Good positional goaltending by Doris Mon. Harrison with it. Harrison trying to shake and bake a player off of him. Can't. Loses his footing. Centering attempt, nobody there. Don Tremont doing battle. Turnaround attempt, stuffed. Haiti desperate to get a clear here. Got to be careful. It's a long change period, as I've mentioned. These are some tired legs. Harrison. All the way back to the point, over to Pasternak. Wrist shot blocked. Into the corner it goes. Harrison with it. Centering attempt over to Don Tremont. Got to be careful. Can't leave them all alone. They don't, but that's good. No, is he saying it's tipped? Okay, no flooring. So Haiti will be able to get some fresh legs. Mad scramble here. Saskatchewan trying to capitalize, and now they commit the flooring. Wow. So, Mike, with this being the long change period, right, when you're a team that is hemmed in your own zone for, by my count, 90 full seconds there, do you take the flooring even if it gives you a 30-second break, or do you just try and gain possession and softly dump it out? What's the better play generally?
Yeah, generally take the flooring. As you saw, that shift was way too long. Looked like the Haitians were gasping for air. The stick stopped moving, the legs stopped moving. So the Haitians actually were really fortunate to get out of that situation here. But watch what's going to happen. The Saskatchewan team is just going to keep attacking. They're going to keep pressing now to really try and put their thumb on the Haitians. Haitians need to respond. They need to respond here. They're looking a little bit flat, so let's hope they can respond in this next segment.
Yeah, another good pad save by Doris Mon. Back to the point, over to Rath. Shot directed wide into the corner. Good clean battle down low, back to the point, over to Rath, fakes a shot to LaMontagne. He's got to look at the net here. Shot, save, rebound, cleared out. That'll be a flooring. Hey, let's remember that one. That was a big save by Doris Mon through traffic. But credit to LaMontagne. Picked his head up, saw a corner, tried to pick it. You know, but Doris Mon, one of the larger goaltenders here in the tournament physically, took that extra step out, cut down the angle. Looks like Saskatchewan's going to keep the same players out here. Face off, one ultimately back by Saskatchewan, over to Rath, shot, gets deflected all the way out past Admiralty Cove directly into the North Atlantic. Lucky souvenir for a fish. Yeah, I mean, let's talk about the facility, Mike. I mean, arguably the most picturesque hockey rink in the world. I can't think of a better place to come watch a hockey game. We've got a 360 view from up here on top of the scaffolding. What's your impression overall of Bermuda thus far?
Yeah, just a gorgeous, gorgeous island, and I have to tip my cap to the Bermuda local organizing committee. The job that they've done, you know, they were the ISBHF championships were held here in 2018, and since then, you know, they've upgraded the rink boards. You know, they've got scaffolding here for fans. You know, beautiful facilities for all teams. So they've done a tremendous job. What a beautiful place to have to host our World Championships.
Yeah, I second that. As part of the ISBHF family, the Bermuda Ball Hockey Association, along with the Bermuda Tourism Committee, have just done a fantastic job welcoming all the players, coaches, friends, family, visitors here to the island. Only on day 2 thus far. Can't wait to see how all this shakes out, but I'll tell you, I'm excited for it, as is everybody else. Vendors here selling good food. Kids are loving it. And as you've heard me say, the hockey's been fantastic thus far. Ooh, as Doris Mon misplayed that. He's lucky that wasn't in on net, or that would have trickled in. Back to LaMontagne. Redirected on net by the Haitian player himself. And Doris Mon had to go down and make a pad save. Ooh, a dangerous redirect there. Haiti's got to get that cleaned up. That was off the stick of Evans Lorth, the Haitian player that redirected it. Now Haiti has it out of the zone. See if Haiti tries to get some sustained zone attack time here. Ooh, almost connected on a streaking player, but Mormon able to get it out of danger. But 2-on-1, player lost the stick and all alone, shot, save, Doris Mon. My goodness, what a big save. Wow. I mean, this should be 3-1 right now. From our vantage point, that looked like that was going in, and somehow Doris Mon got a piece of it. Haiti looking to gain the zone. They do. Now Saskatchewan, Mitchell has it. Mitchell, centering attempt. He's got a clean look at the net, in down low, ball's loose. Finally, Doris Mon able to smother it. Yeah, Mike, I think I agree with you. Haiti's just got to get a little bit more pep in their step.
They really do. But I have to say, I have to hand it to both teams. After the whistle, there's been no garbage, Chris. They've been really disciplined, really trying to stay focused on their team. It'd be nice to see the Haitians pop a quick one here. We'll see how they respond.
Yeah, another good positional save by Doris Mon there off that draw. Haiti trying to get in his own shot. Glove down by Zarnett. He plays it back over to Pasternak. Along the far boards, over to Hammond. Mitchell with it. Over to Hammond, back to Mitchell, give and go. Shot! No, fakes it. Shot, save! Oh, what a stop off the waffle! Doris Mon! Oh my goodness! Haiti desperate for a clear now. Credit to Doris Mon for sacrificing his body. He was sprawled out as much as a goalie can be there. Shot, pad save, Doris Mon again. Haiti hemmed in. Saskatchewan pouring on the shots. Got to get a whistle here, they can't. And finally, one beats Doris Mon through a screen. Well, you can't fault him for that one. You saw it from our angle, Mike. There was a Haitian player standing directly in his view, and by the time he moved his glove, the ball was behind him.
Yeah, absolutely. Textbook Canada Sask structure there. Crisp passes, quick decisions, great communication, resulting in a goal. Not much to say about that. Great hockey played by Sask here.
Yeah, you feel for Doris Mon, especially after making, what by my count, 6 or 7 really good, solid saves and that one spectacular one. And also, it's not going to count as a save, but remember, when he sprawled out and forced the Saskatchewan player to hold on to the ball, unable to get a goal. So Pasternak with the goals. We get a 2-on-1 here for 80 shots. Saves Arnett, loose. Manages to get it under his glove. Yeah, good sportsmanship. You saw it there, Mike. I mean, the Haitian player came in right on the 2-on-1. Number 54, Thierry Dorneval. Took an extra whack at Zarnett, but it was right as the whistle occurred and went over and tapped the goal and said, hey, man, all good. Back to the point. Shot. Blocked down in front. Haitians keep it in. Oh, now they backhand it out as Harrison's in on the forecheck, able to get a steal. And is that going to be a flooring? It will. All right, so no changes for either team. The minute and 21 seconds left. It's 3-1 Saskatchewan. I mean, it's not out of reach for Haiti. You know, the way they've been playing, I just think what Mike has been saying about needing a little bit more of a pep in their step, as we have a referee timeout for what appears to be a goaltender issue with Doris Mon. He appears to be in some level of discomfort, Mike. It might have been from when he sprawled out. That's the only thing I can think of. Beyond that, I mean, he hasn't shown any signs. I didn't see anybody crash into him, did you?
No, I didn't. I really do think it was when he sprawled to his right-hand side. It looks like the refs have issued an injury timeout, so this won't count.
Coming in.
This won't count against their timeout, and it looks like they're going to put in their backup goalie, Massa, to come in and take over the goaltending duties. Hopefully he's okay. I mean, he seems to be walking well. The trainer's out on the floor, but yeah, they're going with a goalie change.
Yeah, not sure if you could see it on the stream, but he was twisting. You know, as a goaltender myself, I can tell you, when you sprawl out, all bets are off, man. You can be the greatest athlete in the world. And Mike, you know, you and I obviously are, we'll just call ourselves seasoned veterans of athletics, right? Don't want to give away our age here. You know, we're still good-looking young men. But, you know, when you twist like that, all bets are off. You're on the ground. You're trying to make a save. It's a world championship. And, you know, you could be the most well-conditioned athlete in the world, but if you twist the wrong way, a back is a back. Sometimes they're just like, nope, not having it today, and that's the end of your day. So hopefully he's okay as the training staff tends to him. Massa was sharp yesterday as he immediately gets tested by Don Tremont. I mean, there's your first warm-up. A blast off the draw from the record holder for most goals in a single ISBHF tournament, Justin Don Tremont, as Massa makes a stick save into the corner here. So if I'm Saskatchewan, right, we're throwing balls at the net. Turnaround, again, from Don Tremont over to Jones. All right, goalie is cold. You got to just get balls to the net here. This is the right thing to do. Saskatchewan wheeling and dealing behind the net. Over to Harrison, trying to get it to Don Tremont. Back to Pasternak, rattled around. Over to Harrison, trying to get it to Don Tremont. Can't. This guy's got to go to his forehand and just take a clear here. You got to let your goalie get set after getting peppered like that. I don't think he's going to get a whistle. You could hear the referee yelling, move it, with 20 seconds left. Haiti's just got to kill this period and let the coaching staff provide some direction here how to get them, let them get back into this game. Centering attempt, and that's going to be a flooring call. So 7 seconds left. I think if you're Saskatchewan, just try and win this draw cleanly, take it back behind your net, and wrap things up. Overall, though, Mike, your assessment of the second period.
All Saskatchewan. The Haitians are hanging on for dear life here, Chris. So I'd place some bets here that the Haitians just can't wait to get out of this period, hit the reset button, and perhaps devise a plan of attack for the third period. They almost popped one in there. That would have been a nice way to end the second period. But the second period has come to a close, Chris. The score is 3-1 for Canada, Saskatchewan. And we'll be back with the third period in just a few moments.
And we're back. Apologies for the delay. I had a moment here. I forgot to turn the mic on. So your humble play-by-play announcer continues to do nothing but disappoint. My apologies, folks. I will continue to improve, just like the players will as the tournament goes on. But Mike, we did have a call. Why don't you go ahead and explain to the fans at home what happened on that?
Yeah, we had the Haitians coming into the attacking zone, and one of the SAS players just stuck out a stick, and we had a minor penalty for tripping here. So we'll see how the Haitians respond in their first power play of the third period.
Shot and a save. So, I mean, if you're Haiti, right, you just got to get balls to the net here. You can't get cute. Got to get balls to the net. Not trying and do what Team Canada and Saskatchewan does and get set up for that perfect one-timer. You just don't have, you know, lethal shooters like Justin D'Entremont on your team. So get balls to the net, get traffic in front, exactly, just like that. That one whistled just wide, but if it would have been saved, they might have had a rebound there. Down low, redirected, good pinch, unable to keep it in. So Massa will come, play it out. Haiti gains his own, walks in, shot, saves Arnett. Oh, that's a big one. Big, big right pad save. Down into the half butterfly, keeping it a 2-goal game. Haiti gains his own. Center attempt all alone, shot right into the solar plexus. Down goes Zarnett. You know, these goaltenders make it look easy, Mike, right? But you've played the sport a long time, been around it. Those are not easy saves.
No, they're not. They're not. And you know, Zarnett, all the credit to him. He's getting up there in age, but to make that you know, half butterfly save and then get right back up, that's not easy. That's not easy on the knees. But he's making it look really easy. So kudos to Zarnett.
And hopefully for Saskatchewan, he continues to hold the proverbial fort down. Morin with it. Morin looking. Redirected. Zarnett. Good stick save through traffic. That's what Haiti needs to keep doing. This is a good power play for Haiti. This is a momentum generator. Even if they don't get one behind Zarnett, this is good. It's sustained zone attack time. Back to the point. Fakes the shot. Now he takes it. Ooh, whistled wide. Didn't miss by much. No, got to be careful there. A mental mistake. Players got too close together. It's one of the things you hear coaches talk about, spacing. Battle hard down low. Will Saskatchewan be able to get a clear here as they have successfully killed the penalty? They have. Harrison. Oh, good diving play, but unable to get up. Now here's Harrison and all alone. Shot, save, Massa. Oh, big one on Say. Harrison with a great pass over to Say. Credit to Massa. Long shot off of Harrison's shin pad into the corner. Harrison, a little head fake, shake and bake. Shot over the crossbar into the fence, and now ping pongs. Back to the point. Down low. Centering attempt, shot, score! Jones with a key pinch as the Haitian player blew a tire. Nothing Massa could do on that. I mean, that's just, you know, hockey IQ, Mike. We've talked about it with Saskatchewan. It's unfortunate that number 10 for Haiti blew a tire there, but nothing Massa could do.
Tire or no tire, Chris, did you see that play? Massa had no chance. It was tic-tac-toe from Harrison back up to the point, rebound in the back of the net. What a spectacular goal. I'm going to tell you one thing, Chris. This Saskatchewan team is going to be very, very dangerous come quarterfinals tomorrow.
They will. I mean, I'm not saying they made that look easy, but they made it look easy. They really did. Second tic-tac-toe we've seen from Harrison as we're getting a penalty here. Well, I heard Harrison say he blank did something. I'm not sure who he was referring to, as the penalty is on Harrison.
Interesting call. Body contact.
So the signal's been made, Mike. Why don't you go ahead and explain to the fans what that means?
Well, the signal made by referee referee Figueredo was body contact, and it looked like it went to Brock Harrison. So there must have been a bit of a scuffle on that potential breakaway where Brock used his body as opposed to playing the ball. So we've got the Haitians on the power play. Let's see how they respond.
All right, prime opportunity to climb back in it here. And that gets chipped up out of the zone. Saskatchewan giving chase. Peters gonna head back towards his blue line. Haiti can't gain the zone. Now they do. Hard battle down low. Both players get tangled up and go down. No call. Back to the point. Over to Morin. Sends it back. Back to Morin. Back to DeJuiced at the point. Fakes it. Over to Morin. Shot. Blocked. Chipped out. Morin with it. Saskatchewan gains the zone. Over to Peters. Down low. All alone. Save. Massa. Well, defensive breakdown by Haiti. I mean, you had some momentum there, but once Saskatchewan got that clear and Peters was in on the forecheck, Haiti's got to get 2 on the ball. So now they have a face-off to the left of Massa. .7:01 left in the game. Saskatchewan wins it. Shot blocked. Good block by Lamy. Back to Morin.
I think he's out at 7:01.
Oh yeah, my apologies. The player is out at 7:01. Okay. Long shot from Morin. Whistles wide. Zarnett pokes it into the corner. And Saskatchewan is able to get the clear, but a little too hot to handle. Comes up into the scaffolding. Nearly takes out a spectator. So what do they tell you when you go to hockey games when you're a kid, Mike, right? Always have your head on a swivel. All right, 9 seconds left on the man advantage. And that should do it for the man advantage as Massa comes out with Minor in hot pursuit. So all even. And broken up. Minor with it. Soft. Little ball bounced up over the Saskatchewan player's stick. Back to the point. Over to Pasternak. Pasternak gets it back. Pasternak trying to make a move here, throwing something on net. Gets it over to Minor. Bumped off the play by Morin. Minor's going to go back for it as Haiti gets wholesale line changes here. Saskatchewan through the zone. Thrown towards net, wide. Hammond with it. And we're gonna get a penalty here, holding on number 99 for Haiti. That's Morin. Well, happened right below us, Mike. Looked like a good call to me, fairly obvious. I don't see Morin or anybody on the Haitian bench arguing. Yeah, pretty straightforward call here, holding in the corner. I'm not too sure why they would take that penalty. You know, they're down 4-1. They need every person on the floor to try and get a goal or two back here. So they're going to go on yet another penalty kill with this very dangerous power play unit. We'll see what happens. All right, they've got the top line out. We'll keep an eye on D'Entremont. Hammond with it, trying to get it over to D'Entremont. D'Entremont, patient with it, back over to Hammond. Redirected right in on net, and down into the butterfly went Massa. You know, they make these set plays look easy, but I'll tell you, folks, they're not. That is impressive skill. But credit to Massa. That was Monahan who had redirected it. Okay, so back to Hammond. Shot, score, and there we go. It's almost like we have fortune cookies that come true when we talk about tic-tac-toe with Justin D'Entremont. I mean, is there anything Haiti could have done on that? No, right? You can't stop that, Mike.
No, absolutely not. D'Entremont is so dangerous once that ball hits his stick. 9 out of 10 times the ball ends up in the back of the net. No chance whatsoever. Unfortunately, we have our Haitians here who are hanging their heads. The score now is 5-1. 5:32 left in the game. This is a complete domination by Canada, Saskatchewan.
Yeah, it is, but, you know, I don't want to take anything away from Haiti. Listen, they've battled hard. Like Great Britain, their program has improved a lot compared to the 2023 team they have. You know, so I do want to give them a lot of credit. You know, they just ran into, again, it's like Great Britain with Canada. When you're pulling from a player pool that is literally 1,000 times the size of your player pool, you know, you can only do so much. So all the credit in the world to Haiti for hanging in there, but ultimately, you know, the talent differential proved to be too much to overcome here. But that's not to say that they can't build some momentum, right, going into the remainder of their games. As player lost their footing there. So power play goal by D'Entremont as Haiti gives chase. So Hammond and Pasternak get the assists on the play. Players separate themselves off the boards. Ritsema with it, intercepted by DeJuste. As Arnett came out to play, it was unable to get it past DeJuste. Referee yelling at him to move it. Saskatchewan with a soft lob into the Haitian zone. We're going to get a flooring call. We are. Mike, one question I have while you're here, when you hear referees yelling at the players to move it, move the ball, and both teams are gassed, and you know everybody wants a whistle. Ultimately, what determines whether or not the referee gives the players a whistle when it's pinned along the boards?
Well, if the ball is wedged or it's just not moving, you know, the referees will run closer to the ball and just see if in actuality it is wedged, and if that's the case, then they'll blow it dead. But ideally, we want to keep the play moving. We want to keep the players active, so they'll always tell the players to just play on, and that's typically the way it works.
Okay. Appreciate the explanation. It's generally something I've been curious about. I've noticed, you know, at all the world championships I've been to, it's rare to get a referee that just blows the whistle. I mean, you almost always hear him say, move it, keep going, boys, move your feet, that sort of thing. In any event, back to the action here as Saskatchewan in cruise control on this one. After the last D'Entremont goal, 5-1. Haiti trying to build some momentum here to go into the quarterfinals tomorrow. Good poke check away. Over to Mormon, back to the point, shot, deflected, Peters picks it up. Peters centering attempt. Too many sticks in the way. Sanon with it. Sanon running it down. Up along the near boards. Saskatchewan takes possession. Centering attempt. Peters unable to gather it up. Pinched in down low. Less than 3 minutes remaining. Both players get tangled up. Mathieu comes away with it for Haiti. Centering attempt back to the point, over to Pasternak. Errant pass, and then Haitian player slipped. Back behind the net goes Hammond. Well, you just can't give him space like that. He's got that reach. Threw a soft little ball out in front. Haiti lucky, nobody there from Saskatchewan able to retrieve it. So Saskatchewan's going to end up with the #1 seed here in the B pool, or probably not B pool, Group B. Going undefeated. And then, depending on what happens tonight with Canada and Portugal, will determine who gets the overall #1 seed, as right now Canada is in the driver's seat in that division, the A group, by virtue of their victory yesterday over Italy. So a lot of implications tonight for Canada, Portugal. I'm sure Saskatchewan will be anxious to see how that one turns out. 1:12 remaining. DeJuice with it, pinning it along the boards. DeJuice comes away with it, less than a minute remaining. Haiti just trying to get the ball out of the zone here, and Saskatchewan very active with the sticks. Now they do. Jean with it. Jean gains the Canada zone. Shot on net. Stick to side by Zarnett. Centering attempt. Shot. Batted down in front. Still battling, thrown out in front. Glove down by Haiti. Getting close to the end of the game here, and that should just about do it. And that's a wrap for this one, folks. So Canada, Saskatchewan secures at least the #2 seed, going 3-0 in round robin play. For Haiti, 0-3. But, hey, got to give credit where credit's due. It's a massive improvement over 2023. I know they're not happy that they didn't get a win, but all in all, Mike, right? Too much talent differential to overcome.
Yep. You know, they gave a valiant effort, but the Canada-Saskatchewan team was just a bit too strong. So kudos to both teams. It's nice to watch them both play. And like you said, Chris, you know, a huge improvement. They're really trying to build their program. So, yeah, we have to give them tons of credit here. And players of the game, ceremonies, referees did a great job. This has been a real treat, Chris. So I'll hand it back to you, and we'll see how the rest of the tournament goes.
Thank you so much, Referee-in-Chief Mike Wabi. Folks, glad you enjoyed it. You didn't have to listen to me blabber on all game. That's why Mike Wabi is our Referee-in-Chief and soon to be our #1 color commentator. Glad you enjoyed it. We'll be back for the start of USA and Bermuda coming up next. Be sure to tune in, 5 p.m. local time. We'll see you then, folks. Thanks.